I've done a lot of things in my driving career, but I have never done containers. So with the help of this very experienced man, I took advice and he showed me how to secure them properly. So with everything secured and checked by my mentor, and this is, we're taking the DAF on an adventure. The containers are going from Burton-on-Trent to Rakvere in northern Estonia, roughly 1,100 miles. Including the UK, we'll be travelling through 9 different countries. And like with all interesting adventures, we have to start with the boring bits. So we are into Sevington to get our carnet stamped, because this is equipment that's going to Estonia, and then at some point it will be coming back from Estonia. It's not actually being sold there, so we just temporarily export it from the UK, temporarily import it to Europe, and then do the same process when we come back. I have showed you Sevington before. He asks me the details, the export and import, and gives me a bay number to park in, and when you come round it comes up your registration number and the bay number on that sign there, and then when you get to the end of wherever your bay is, which is in here, it will come up on that one at the end, and there's one of those boards at the end of each left-hand turn, so you'll know where you're parking. So then grab all your paperwork and head down to the office, and they will tell you when it's cleared. When it's cleared, you'll get a red bit of paper which tells everybody around you when you're passing them that you're cleared and you're free to go. Now this process can take half an hour, it can take 4 or 5 hours. It just depends on how busy they are and how many staff they've got on. And after that, you just turn right and follow the far wall all the way around the buildings, and that will take you to the exit. So I fast forwarded a bit because obviously we've done all that before. I'm down at Dover. For those that haven't seen my other videos, I'll just run through it quickly. If you're coming in a lorry or a truck, follow the signs as you might see on the floor, above your head, just through the cones. Now normally this area is absolutely rammed. Every lane will be full, and it will trickle along. It's just that it's stupid o'clock in the morning, it's 1:45, so we are quite on our own a bit. So above your head you'll see, depending on who you're shipping with, P&O, DFDS, Irish Ferries. Get in the relevant lane, and then when the barrier opens you come through. The first one you'll come to is this one here. This is French passport control, so they'll check your passport on the way through. So once they've done, the next booth is UK passport control. Sometimes they stop you, sometimes they don't, but your passport will be checked when you get to book on the ferry anyway, so that's all part of the system. but you do need, because we're outside Europe, you do need a full passport. You can't, whereas Europeans used to be able to travel on identity cards, they can't anymore. Even if you're European or UK or Martian, you need a full passport. I think with 6 months left on it, that's how it works. And above your head you'll see check-in. So again, normally this is absolutely rammed. At this time of the morning is the best time to ship because it's the quietest, and you just follow your lane around. And some of these booths are for cars, some of them are for lorries, so you do have to look which little sign is by the side of it. Look, see where the green light is, and then there's a picture of a lorry there. That means that it's freight check-in, because it's a slightly different system. Is on my phone. How are we doing for time? Okay, what are we on? Where's my lane? Where's my lane?
The other bit of waiting past at the top.
Oh, there we are. Can't see for looking, Dopey. 193. Thank you very much. Come on, mate, how can you take up so much room with a little van? Well, I think they're all out talking to each other. If they could just, you know, fill the space, move up a bit, and just, there really is no need for a little van to take up so much room. Thank you. Back in there. Thank you very much. I think they're all the same company, or they're all going together by the look of it. Sorry mate, but it just ain't gonna fit through there. I'm good, but I'm not that good. Just thank you very much. Thank you. We only want to be just in front of them, but we just need to be to our lane. If you just stay there, we should be able to snake round the post. And then we just want to be up here somewhere. So if you didn't notice, the lane numbers are above your head. And we are going right to the front. Oh, result. It just means that we'll be able to see what's going on. It doesn't make us any faster, but it just makes us see what's going on. Well, that wasn't too bad. Didn't have to wait long at all. And we're heading to the new P&O, which is always good. We only had to wait half an hour. That's pretty good. Thank you very much. Ta. Sorry if that seemed a bit rushed. I have done a video on this clearing at Sevington and getting on the ferry at Dover before, more detail, but I just wanted to give a rough idea for those people that are new to the channel and haven't seen it before. I'm going to park on here, go up and get something to eat. Strange time to be eating, I know, but I'm going to be up all night, and it is one of the reasons why lorry drivers tend to be overweight, or at least struggle with their weight, because we eat at really weird times and we sit on our asses all day. And regular meal times are not a normal thing when you're doing this job. I will bring you back when I get off the other side, because I've got to go into French customs to have this carnet stamped for entering Europe. We've not got there yet, but this is the screen in the driver's room which tells you whether your customs are cleared, so your registration would be green, or if for some reason, if there's a problem, or for whatever reason, ours is a carnet, so we need to go into the customs in Calais, which is entering Europe, to have our carnet stamped. So that's why we've come up orange. So above your head here you'll see green exit sign, orange will be towards the customs office, and it's a bit like the Wizard of Oz, but you follow the orange brick road instead of the yellow brick road. See the orange line and the orange little orange signs? That's what we're following. Follow, 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 follow the yellow brick road. Well, it's the orange line, but you get the idea. This is quite a big parking area for customs, but all the agents and the customs office is at the other end. So unless you are sponsored and doing a walk, I suggest you park up this end somewhere. That's where you want to go, at the back there. So I don't think I can get any nearer than just the opposite side of the building. That'll do me at this time of night. When you go into customs, take every bit of paper you've got with you and your passport. Yes, I did forget my passport, so I had to walk back to the lorry and get it. Luckily, I'm just the other side of the building, so it wasn't too much of a disaster. But yeah, you would have definitely need sponsors if you were parked down the bottom again. But anyway, take every bit of paper with you. All customs officers know what they're doing, should do. And if there's a problem, they will refer you to an agent. At this time of night you'd have to wait till the morning, but there are, in these offices, there are lots of agents for lots of different shipping companies, so one of them will be able to help you. I'm not an expert on carnets. I have done it before, many years ago, but things change. And there was another driver, Kevin, who does do them regularly, who offered me his help and advice, which I gratefully took. And he made sure I'd got the right things in the right boxes and the right ticks and the right names and things everywhere, and had done the whole job properly. So I am grateful, but never be too proud to take help, to take advice. One day somebody might be asking you for it, so hopefully you'll be able to help somebody else. Now, unfortunately, there's not going to be a lot you can see. Oh, that's a handy bit of parking. We're just coming into Belgium, and I need to change the country on my tacho. So I've just pulled up. Honestly, the parking in these places is just random, completely random. Sometimes you can't even call it parking. It's just abandoned, not parked, abandoned. So I changed the tachograph, it now says Belgium. There's more parking here. Honestly, they're braver than I am, I wouldn't park there. Hopefully they've pulled their mirror in so we can get past it. But there's Armco on the left hand side, look, so you have to watch that side. Luckily this DAF, my boss paid extra to have the corner camera. It's one of the things I do like about the DAF. There isn't a lot of them, but it is one of the things I like about the DAF. But it is an optional extra, which he said he paid for. So you know, unbelievable. This just squeeze it through. But yeah, that blind spot camera is very good. There we go, we're away now. So we're going to head up through Belgium and then Holland. Most of it's going to be at night, so I won't bore you with a lot of black tarmac and white lines, and I will bring you back when I'm getting up towards Holland tomorrow, hopefully with a bit of daylight. Well, welcome back. I have realised that the GoPro is reflecting in the windscreen. I will do something about that as soon as I can work out what. It is new to me, the GoPro, but it's a beautiful morning anyway. And welcome to Holland. I have just stopped to change the country again from Belgium to Holland. As you can see, more abandoned vehicles. The parking in Europe, no matter where you are, every country in Europe is at a premium. So when the parking areas get full, people just randomly abandon them like they did, like these here. Parking area is full, so they're just parked on the side of the road. And the trouble being that you get so much trouble when you go over your hours that people won't risk it. It's very flat, Holland, which is ideal because they have a lot of bicycles. A lot of our salad vegetables come from Holland. Oh, there's another one, look. Find a space, any space, just abandon it, pretend you're not with it. But it makes for some lovely sunrises in Holland too, because there's nothing to stop it. Just here and find somewhere to park. There's a big truck stop just down here on the right. Look, I'm going to go in there. This is Estonia truck stop, and when you're heading east, shall we say, it comes up on your right hand side, but you just follow your node, turning right, turning right, turning right to get into the entrance. With most of these and the ones in Germany, come up to the barrier, take a ticket. When you go to the actual cafe building, there will be a machine there, and I have not met a Dutch person yet that does not speak English, so if you struggle, the people in the cafe will always help you. And one thing about working nights is the parking's practically empty because everybody else is getting up to go to work. So I'll go round the parking a bit, put the trailer towards the sun so that I can get some sleep, and that'll do nicely. Not too far away from the building, so the toilet's just over there. There's a little shop and a garage over that way, and the sun's on my back, so I'll get to sleep before the lorry gets too hot. I will talk to you all later on. I need some sleep. Well, good morning, good evening actually. It's later in the day. No, the DAF isn't overtaking a Scania. The Scania has got its right hand indicator on, it's putting off. Don't get all excited now thinking that the DAF was overtaking the Scania. It doesn't happen. I had a good sleep, cup of tea, paid for the parking, got underway. I've crossed the border into Germany. We're heading towards Hamburg and then round the bottom of Berlin over towards the German-Polish border. But it's going to be dark soon, so I don't know what I'm going to be able to record. I will record something, hopefully. Now there's a thought. A straight road for 305 miles until I have to think about changing lanes. It's a weird kind of night. It's not cold. The moon is humongous, but it's very humid, and the screen keeps misting up a bit. But we'll see how we go. Going round the bottom of Berlin, and then we're heading to Frankfurt-Oder, which is where the border is between Germany and Poland. We'll see what we can get. Sorry that you can't see much, but you know, it's a bit boring for me to put lots of white lines and lots of tarmac. That on the other side is the German frontier, and so that would be coming out of Poland. Germany has tightened its borders recently and does a lot more checks on people coming in. They've had a lot of terrorist stuff go on, so they're trying to keep an eye on who's coming and who's going. Whether it will work, I don't know. They are part of Schengen, which means that they've got more of a free flow of people than in the UK and places like Australia, but I don't know. But what it does mean is that it tends to be more queues. Anyway, this is sort of a bit of no man's land. There's a river here. I don't know what it's called. I'm sure if you looked on the map it would tell you. Which is the border. So this bit here is the no man land, and then we're coming up to the Polish border, across the actual border where the customs are and everything like that, if the controls will be and that sort of thing. So I don't know if there's space just before it or just after it, just to change the country. We'll have to see when we get there. It's a bit bumpy, so it's obviously no man's land and no man's going to fix it. Than the last time I came, I must admit. But what I will say is, when you go through borders, just take it steady, slow down. You might not be able to see a control or a customs officer, but I can guarantee you start being an idiot and racing around it, there'll be somebody that's watching you. There's a Polish lorry coming up the outside of me now. Now they've waited behind me to get into Poland. Now, if they slow down for their own country, I can guarantee it's best for you to slow down. But it does not just because it's Poland, but any border. Just slow down, take it steady, because customs officers, police, they will tend to just stand out in front of you and hold their hand up, and you've got to stop. So if you're being an idiot, then you really don't want to run a customs officer over. I haven't changed my country yet, so I'm going to pull into this parking area and do that. Change from Germany to Poland. I'm not sure, it was October, I'm not sure if it's been put back in a little time or not, but all the tachographs in the lorries are going to have to be changed. So, well, unless obviously it's a brand new one and it's got a brand new one fitted, but it has to be changed so that it changes the country automatically. It's obviously done by GPS and the satellite miles up in the sky. But they also are going to be, they have to be fitted with Bluetooth technology, so that the DVSA or the equivalent in whatever country can run alongside you and download your tachograph without actually pulling you in. You don't have to be stopped, which DVSA is our equivalent of the transport police in different countries. I can't remember what they're called in Australia, but they will be able to run by the side of you. They'll have a machine, they can download your tachograph, make sure the tacho in it, make sure it's your to your hours. They don't even have to stop you, but that has to be done. I'm sure it's October. I'm sure some clever person will correct me if I'm wrong. It was October anyway. I know my company, the company I work for, not mine, the company I work for is in the process of having all theirs changed. So I think it's by the end of October they all have to be done. Obviously the new, like I said, the new ones, the new lorries have already got them fitted, but even year-old lorries, some of them don't have them fitted, so they've got to be changed. At least this parking area is all lit up. That's always a bonus. Quite clean as well, isn't it? We'll just pull up here, find us somewhere to pull up here and change it into Poland. Now this DAF is only a year old, which is one of the reasons why I had to bring it out here, because it's still under warranty, and obviously the Scania being older isn't, and such a long distance, being under warranty is good. But the tachograph in here, it does change on the screen. It does change the country, so it appears to me that it's changed the country for me. But apparently when it does the download, so when the ministry download it, it doesn't come up on their system. It comes up on the screen, it comes up on the printout, but they download it, it doesn't come up on their system. So unless I change it manually, so that's why I have to keep stopping. The new ones, it will come up on their system as well. Now I do believe, even though this vehicle is only a year old, because it's something that the manufacturers couldn't foresee, it's a government thing, this change in tachograph thing, I do believe that the cost of these changes, the change in the heads, is down to the company, which if you've got loads of vehicles, it's going to cost a fortune, which in the current climate for transport is not good at all. This is where I'm heading for to park tonight. I've come across the border at Frankfurt Oder. I'm sure I'm pronouncing that wrong anyway. And this cafe is on the old road. I wasn't sure if it was still open, but according to Google Maps it is. As you can see by this map, this runs along parallel to the new motorway. There's ever so many truck stops along this road, and if you don't use them, they'll end up getting shut because the motorway goes round them, which is the same as what's happened in Spain. A lot of the ones in Spain have been closed, and in France, because new motorways have been put in and they've pushed the lorries onto the motorways. There's got to be a dozen off the national road, all different sizes. This one is the bigger one, one of the biggest ones. Got a truck wash and everything on, so that's why I'm aiming for this one. And from Aston, I've worked out that it should be about 10 hours driving to here. Morning. It was dark when I got here last night. Although the services are open 24 hours, I don't wander around in the dark, so I come in for a shower this morning. Both the shower and the toilets absolutely spotless. A lot of these big places in Europe, you actually pay the cleaner to use these facilities. The shower was 8 zlotys, and if you just wanted to use the toilet, it was 2 zlotys. But out of that, that's her wage, and out of that she buys the cleaning stuff as well, so it's independent to the truck stop, which means the more she keeps it clean, the more people use it. Now, personally, I don't mind paying, as my mum used to say, spending a penny. I don't mind paying as long as the facilities are clean, so that's not a problem for me. I know some people don't like it, but it's not a problem for me. This parking area is huge. It's even got one of these outdoor gyms. No, I'm not going on it, thank you. I'll drive round before I go. I want to get the lorry washed. So I'll drive round and you can see just how huge this place is. I mean, it is huge. So that's the main cafe, restaurant bar there, and that's where the showers and the toilets are, and there's also a small supermarket inside. That place on the right is like a small picnicky type area, and there's a hotel at the back. I can't quite see it there. There's a hotel at the back. All that as well is parking, and then this is where the outside gym is, just on the right here. And then we go down this little ramp thing in front of me, and there's even more parking. There's another little cafe bistro type place on the right hand side here, so you don't have to walk up to the main restaurant if you just want to get something to eat. But look how big it is, and look how clean it is. It's huge. Quite sure of the queuing system here, so we'll pull in and see. There's 3 in front of me, so, but then there's 4 bays. So the guy in that lorry I just spoke to, he said just follow it along, so there's the others in front, and then just go and you pay inside. So we'll see how we get on. That wasn't too bad. We'll go in and see if we can find a body to help with me with paying. I'm sure they won't let me out the other end without paying. We'll go out and have a look to see what it looks like, and we need to wipe the windows because this DAF has got a bizarre health and safety thing to stop you falling out the window. I know, it's like being in a child's cot, it's weird. It comes down and it's sort of about 10 inches above where the door is, so it comes down, it doesn't wipe the top of the windows, so you have to get out and clean all the top because otherwise it obscures the mirror. I was trying to explain to my friend about it the other day. Now this is the driver's side, and that's as far as a driver's side window goes down. That's the passenger side, and that's as far as that window goes down. Which means that even though the window is clean, when you bring it down and put it back up, it doesn't wipe the top. So you've still got it obscured at the top, and on the other side, it's a big bit of the mirror that is obscured by whatever's on the outside. I guess if you've got one with the camera system, so you've got the screens inside, it doesn't affect it, but with this it just seems a bad design. And if you're a normal size like me, you're not giant size, when I need to look out the window what's going on behind me, I have to stand up, so it sort of defeats the health and safety issue, I think. Anyway, apart from that, that's not the washer's fault. It came out lovely and shiny, and even the wheels were shiny. Look, shiny wheels. The cost was 150 zlotys, and you get the blue cards are a money off cards that last forever, and the one at the top is free coffee in the big restaurant, and the bigger bit of paper on the right hand side is a free coffee in the smaller cafe. So we're just pootling along. There is a lad following me. He wants to go into the AS24 fuel station just outside Warsaw. Now, I've not been to this one before, but I've got an idea where it is. When I came over this, my car used to be IDS, it's in the same kind of area. So we'll go in. It's very strange, Warsaw. They put these big sides up. They're obviously sound barriers because there's houses the other side, but it just makes it look grim. It makes it look a bit grim all the time because you can't see anything, not even lights or anything. It's just like a weird tunnel sort of thing all the time. But saying that, some of them they've planted ivy, or I can't remember what it's called. That stuff, it's like ivy but it changes colour. So sometimes it's red and sometimes it's not ivy, it's called something else anyway, and it grows over it, so it actually looks like a big hedge when it does that. But obviously that touch, you see what I mean, it's like everywhere, this walling system. Odd. I do think it's to keep the sound down, you know, like a sound barrier for the houses local, because obviously these are all new motorways, EU money and all that. So all these big new roads have been built after the houses, so they obviously need to keep the noise down for them, which is fine, but it just makes it very, I don't know, makes it look very industrial everywhere. This is a new site, well, new since the last time I came. It looks more difficult to get into than it actually is. It's just a case of like coming off, going over and getting around the other side. It's just you have to go sort of around the Wrekin to get there. I can't show you on here, but if you look in these little holes, there's houses in, small houses or something inside these. Like I said, it's some sort of screening for the houses, I think. I'm sure there are houses in there, unless they're industrial units, but they look like houses to me. Have to go this way. I think this is all just looks like it's going to be an industrial area that's being built up. It's a bit weird. See, that's the motorway in front, you can see the lights, but this is a bit of a strange place, isn't it? I mean, the AS24 station is all lit up and everything, and it all looks new, but it must just be like they put that there and this is an industrial, up and coming industrial area, shall we say. But it doesn't look the most salubrious bit of it, but maybe it's just because it's dark and it looks that way. Maybe it looks completely different in the daylight. From what we can see on the AS24 map, this is the last one going north. There is one up on the Lithuanian border, but after that there's none in Latvia and none in Estonia. I don't need fuel. I'm just going to top the AdBlue up, but he needs fuel. He's got a 3 actual units, so he needs fuel, so I'll wait with him. So there you go, there was no scary monsters and nobody jumped out on us. Now there is a ban around Warsaw. There is a diversion round. From what I can gather, this is the route round, which seems to take you a long way. That's the official route. I'm sure local people would be able to find it better, but we're just going to go now. The ban is from 7 in the morning till 10 in the morning, and from 4 in the afternoon, 1600 to 2000, 8 o'clock. It's only rush hour traffic, but travelling through it this night, we'll miss it all. And of course they're an hour in front of us, so you have to watch what you're doing. So we're gonna get round. I mean, that looks like that's the official diversion that I've put on, but like I said, I'm sure local people and people that know better than me will be able to get round it, but that's the official diversion. But we'll just go round it this time, and it definitely looks like a scary place to be. I know, overactive imagination and all that, so we're going to make a move, and I'll catch up with you all later on.